In 1917, an Austrian painter named Hans Larwin created one of the most shocking images of war ever seen. In it, a soldier aims his rifle at the enemy, yet the true enemy stands right beside him, smiling and wrapping him in its cold, skeletal hand. Hans Larwin was no mere observer of war. He did not imagine horror from the safety of his studio. He was on the front lines. He saw, felt, and endured the chaos and despair of the trenches, and from that experience came The Soldier and Death, a painting that captures not just the battlefield, but the inevitable presence of fate itself. But there is a chilling detail in the scene. Next to the soldier, another rifle lies abandoned in the trench. No one is holding it. Who does death truly represent in this image? Is it the fallen comrade helping him move forward one last time? Or is it death itself, embracing him with a sinister grin, waiting for the moment to claim him? Hans Larwin was a Viennese painter specializing in genre scenes, an academic of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and a renowned portrait artist of his time. He was also a soldier in World War I and is primarily known for capturing the everyday life of his city in his artwork. Although little is known about his life, we do know that he studied at a vocational art and craft school and later at the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna. At the turn of the 20th century, Hans Larwin left his city to embark on a study trip. He first visited Rome, then Paris and Munich, before finally returning to Vienna, where he began exhibiting his work and joined the artist group Alte Welt, also known as the Old World. Shortly afterward, World War I broke out and Larwin was drafted into military service. He became an official war painter for the Austro-Hungarian Empire and witnessed death on numerous occasions. However, fate never claimed him during the conflict, though its presence remained ever present in his work. The theme of the soldier and death is an ancient motif in German art. Artists like Dürer had already explored it, but here, Hans Larwin, who, while not German, was Austrian, takes it a step further, updating it to his time and setting it against the backdrop of the Great War. More than 70 million people from 30 countries fought in World War I. In total, around 10 million soldiers lost their lives, whether in filthy trenches, from tuberculosis, infections, or the deadly Spanish flu. On top of that, another 7 million civilians perished. The most pessimistic historians estimate that, one way or another, World War I claimed 65 million lives. One of the most intriguing elements of this painting is the identity of the soldier holding the rifle. There are no known photographs of Hans Larwin, making it difficult to confirm whether he portrayed himself in this work. However, based on the only known painting of him, and considering his blonde hair and the age he had when he went to war, it is plausible that this scene is a self-portrait. If this were true, it would mean that Larwin not only illustrated the horrors of war, but placed himself at the center of that tragedy, caught between the instinct to survive and the inescapable presence of death. In art, death is often depicted with a scythe, dark robes, or an hourglass, as Dürer once portrayed it. But here, Larwin presents death in a military uniform. It is not a ghostly apparition or a skeleton aimlessly wandering a battlefield, but a figure dressed like any other soldier. This detail makes it even more unsettling, as death appears to be part of the army, as if war itself had enlisted it. Its posture is also disturbing. It does not threaten or attack, but embraces the soldier with eerie closeness, as if guiding him or mocking him in his most critical moment. One of the most symbolic aspects of the painting is the way death interacts with the soldier. With one hand, it embraces him, and with the other, it touches the rifle, a gesture that can be interpreted in different ways. It could be manipulating the weapon, ensuring that the soldier fires, as if pushing him to continue the slaughter. It is also possible that it is stopping him, anticipating his inevitable fate and letting him know that he will soon belong to it. Another interpretation suggests that death is guiding him, like a leader overseeing the battle, making sure the soldier fulfills his duty before falling. In my opinion, the most unsettling element of the painting is the rifle lying abandoned in the trench. No one is holding it. In trench warfare, soldiers usually work together, exchanging ammunition, covering each other and providing mutual support. So the fact that the weapon has no owner does not seem like a coincidence to me. This absence suggests two possible interpretations. One is that the skeleton represents death, mocking the soldier while embracing him and leading him toward his inevitable fate. The other possibility is that it is the spirit of a fallen comrade who, even after death, continues to help him survive, trapped on the battlefield. While researching more about this work, I came across some more extreme interpretations suggesting that the skeleton could represent a military superior, a colonel or commander who, with total indifference, leads the war without concern for the lives of his men. In this view, death is not just an inevitable fate, but an order dictated from above. There is another version of this painting, darker in composition. Although there are no reliable sources confirming whether it was also painted by Larwin, its similarity to the original suggests it could be a later reinterpretation. In this version, the background is darker, as if the soldier were trapped in a nightmare or engulfed in the smoke of a bombing. Unlike the first painting, here, death does not just accompany him, it clearly directs the weapon. This is why this version is known as Death Directs the Bullets. Larwin never explained the exact meaning of this work. He only left us its title, but its message remains open to multiple interpretations. Is death the one guiding the war? Is it a fallen soldier who refuses to leave the battlefield? Or is it a critique of how men are pushed toward death by those who command them? Let me know in the comments which interpretation you find most compelling. After analyzing this powerful work, it's impossible not to recall the famous quote attributed to Bertrand Russell: "War doesn't determine who is right, only who is left." This phrase perfectly aligns with the message conveyed by this painting. In the end, it doesn't matter who fires the shot, who wins, or who loses. The only certainty is that death remains the one constant on the battlefield. If you ever have the chance to visit Vienna, this painting is exhibited at the Museum of Military History in Vienna, where it continues to remind us of the human cost of war. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that this painting is available in our catalogue, where you can purchase it and add it to your collection at home. If you're an art lover, I invite you to check out the catalogue using the link in the description. Worldwide shipping is completely free, and by purchasing from the store, you'll be supporting the creation of more videos like this one. Thank you all for your incredible support, and I don't want to miss this opportunity to say we've now surpassed 100,000 subscribers on this channel. This is a dream come true for me, and I can't thank you enough for being part of it. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to leave a like and a comment on each video, as well as those who have made purchases on the website. It's because of you that I can continue doing this every week. See you on the next video.